Hey, Moon, did you see the news?
Just saw.
I'm in the Royal Royale.
Congratulations.
Finally! Last year, I missed it because, well, deservedly so. That's beside the point. But this year is my year. I'm taking that Royal Royale. I'm taking it all the way to Summerfest, baby.
Wow. I don't know if you saw, but I just talked to Ray, and I'm also in the Royal Royale.
So we're both in the Royal Royale? Against each other?
It appears so.
Well, it's a good thing. The best pals are forever, baby!
Yeah!
Wouldn't it be so good, man? Oh, I can't believe
So 1 week here, and then the tag title's right here, right?
But excuse you.
Wait, what are you guys doing in the Mickey Rose spot?
Rose spot?
Yeah.
It's first come, first serve.
What are you talking about? Every week we are hanging out here.
Just at the bottom, like at the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah, this is our spot.
We'll flip it around. You know, tonight you get to be in the main event in that spot.
Oh!
For these tag team titles. But don't get used to it, because the best pals are forever.
Enjoy your spot.
Yeah. Dude, you see what I'm talking about?
At least we win the tag title match tonight. So we'll take both the titles.
No, they were in our spot, dude. Focus.
Here's the spot. You think?
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Millennium Pro Wrestling, and tonight we are looking to get unorthodox, unrelenting, but most importantly, uncaged here at 19801 Nordoff Place here in Chatsworth, California. My name is Chase Mansfield, joined alongside Ario Amin and the voice of our generation, Jordan Castle, to bring you the action hot off the press every Friday night. 1 week away from Royal Royale, coming at you May 22nd. But tonight, we got a massive main event as those tag team titles are being defended for the first times for the Best Pals as they take on one of our longest reigning tag teams in 2X. Will Miggy and Draven be able to get on the same page? Can the Best Pals stay on top of the mountain? We will have to see tonight. So let's take it over to our general manager, Ray Rosas, for our opening introductions.
Alright, now settle down. I've only accepted the chant if I had won my match last week. And it just goes to show you that maybe I've been a little bit out of the game for too long. You know, spending too much time backstage and with the microphone on. I mean, I don't doubt that I still got it. I just don't know how much I have left. That was it was one of the few times that I've been overwhelmed by just raw power, and I think I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board. I know that I'm definitely gonna need some rest for the next couple of weeks because my body's a little beat up after the match with the Mighty Zeus and the match with James Angel. But you know, let's not even dwell on that. Let's talk about tonight. Let's talk about MPW Uncaged! Let's wait for everybody to sit down. Now, there's a lot of options out there in terms of professional wrestling entertainment, and I'm so proud and happy and humbled that you chose here, MPW, for your entertainment. I don't need to remind you, MPW is every single Friday. No week off. for me, not for the show. Let's get it underway, right? Let me bring out who's going to be our voice tonight. Let me welcome back one of my favorite ring announcers. Let's get the show started with Jordan Castle.
It's sporting the quality yellow as well. Look at that.
Looking mighty bright tonight and looking mighty fine.
How are we feeling that, Chatsworth? I appreciate the love. So thrilled to be back 2 weeks in a row as your ring announcer this evening. But I'm not alone. Got to show some love to my brothers in the booth, all the way from great San Diego, the Chic Chic Mr. Ario Amin. And the incomparable Chase Mansfield. And without any further ado, MPW, are we ready to get uncaged? Your opening contest is a singles bout, set for one fall.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to you with MPW's Uncaged, and my, what an opening match we have for you. This man has truly been barking up every tree he can, and I mean, as we know, we don't even know if he's part of the MPW roster, but he sure is calling his shots, and he's doing that tonight with Danny Devine.
Here's the first, making his way to the ring from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 317 pounds, the mighty Zeus!
A mighty one indeed, trying to prove himself last week. I mean, picking up one of his biggest victories of his career against righteous Ray Rosas. And I guess at that point, I guess he submitted himself here in the MPW roster as a result. I mean, when you beat the commissioner, what else can you say?
I mean, not only the commissioner, but a Hall of Famer. I mean, you talk about your second win here in professional wrestling, and it's against Ray Rosas. This man is in for big things, but tonight, he is up for his biggest task yet. It is a Danny Devine that is not only looking for a win, not only looking for retribution, but is looking to get his head back in the game.
California, weighing in at 215 pounds,
Danny Devine, as we know, unfortunately suffered a loss to the team of Eddie Rohr, Jake Mays, and of course, the bar-time brawler. But now, Danny looks more, I gotta say, focused than ever. But you gotta also think he's got those nagging injuries. That MCL injury that we saw that has been taking him off the shelf. And we gotta think, in the back of his mind, he's thinking about one man, and that is Eddie Rohr.
Well, you gotta remember too, Mansfield. I mean, listen there, the crowd loves Danny. Week after week, he's been putting his body on the line. Injuries alone, he's going to be able to recover as best he can to try and humble this new upstart.
Yeah, but Ario, I got to play devil's advocate for a minute. You know who else the crowd loves? You know who else is a world-traveled, successful veteran here in Southern California? That's our general manager, Ray Rosas. And as many flowers as he just gave me for our introductions, he was defeated by the mighty Zeus last week in handy fashion.
Definitely trying to make a name for himself early on, going for the very tippy top of the MPW rosters. Some, of course, Hall of Famers, people that are on that wall right now that have made their names here, but might be biting off a bit more than he can chew here with his opening bout against Danny.
I can see now an Irish whip reversal there from the mighty Zeus. Now Danny looking to hit the ropes, right under the clothesline, up and over there from Zeus. Oh, but you can see going for that choke slam, as we know.
You're seeing some unique quickness from Danny Devine. Doesn't always pull out this type of agility, but against the big man with a near 100-pound weight difference, it's a necessity for Devine.
That is right. The tail of the tape is not in his favor tonight, but that explosivity out of Danny Devine is what is going to play in his favor tonight, especially against the big man that is Zeus.
It's good for Danny as well to be pacing himself as he goes into these kicks into the corner. He understands he's still sustaining injuries like we said, but that's the type of experience that he has, to be able to utilize his timing and efficiency to inflict maximum damage.
See now looking to tee up Zeus. Oh, now being sent to the apron. Mighty Zeus looking for another, instead getting a shot to the midsection. Danny Divine not done though, but oh goodness.
And there you saw, all it takes is a moment. Even for the relative rookie in the Mighty Zeus, he saw Danny's attention diverted towards the people for a second, his beloved MPW faithful, and he took advantage. Face full of barricade for Danny Divine.
He has been doing his homework absolutely tonight, Castle.
Oof, I gotta admit, you gotta see, despite the arrogance, the offense that the Mighty Zeus have been showing week after week is exactly what's needed to climb the top of the mountain here at MPW.
Mighty Zeus, a phenomenal athlete, one hell of a big man, incredibly agile and explosive for his size, a real standout graduate from the Millennium Wrestling Academy. It's part of what makes this disparaging attitude so frustrating this early on in his career.
You can see he is just using that outside to his disposal, just shot after shot to the face of Danny Divine, now grounding him to a halt. And the MPW faithful is letting him know how they certainly feel about the Mighty Zeus.
Throwing Danny back into the ring now. Mighty Zeus still controlling the pace of this match right now. It really is something to see. And there we go, Danny with some counterfire.
It's not often you see Danny Divine fighting on his back foot, but now looking to strike it out. But oh my goodness! I got a fastball punch there from Zeus.
Especially this early on in a contest. Danny Divine, a multiple-time champion across the board here in MPW. He knows what it takes to go the distance. But how long has it been since you've seen anyone, let alone a rookie like the Mighty Zeus, take him to this point this early on in a contest?
Hey, nothing more than youthful exuberance there, but maybe we'll see experience potentially be able to come into play. Right now, though, seems like the years are truly getting to Danny Divine.
Yeah, Danny Divine in a bad way as Zeus looks to tee him up on the ropes, but giving Danny Divine too much time. Again, that veteran instinct coming into play. Now potentially looking for that suplex again. That's a lot of weight to move around.
Just too big!
And got some height on himself there with that suplex. In the cover.
Yeah, snap-like suplex from Zeus there, but only a 2, says referee Donnie Brooks.
Well, only a 2. That was the first cover of the night, I believe, boys. And that was quite a showing. Already back on the offensive, trying to choke the life out of Danny Divine.
Yeah, now looking to ground Danny to a halt.
Guys, you got to think Eddie Rohr, who's scheduled for competition later on tonight against Nina, Danny's perennial rival as of late here in MPW, watching this one from the backstage area with a big smile on his face.
Oh, absolutely relishing it as best he can, but oof. At the end of the day, Danny Divine is a fighter, and in spite these vicious right hands by Zeus, he still finds his way back up to his feet.
Yeah, he is eating shot after shot, but Divine's not going to be able to take much more of this onslaught.
Oh,
my God! Throwing him halfway across the ring with that German suplex.
Another cover. Oh, that was 0.2 of a second there.
Didn't hook the leg there, even with the size disparity. It might have cost Zeus. But guys, talking about throwing halfway across the ring. Ugly landing for Danny Divine, neck first there.
Yeah, really high on the shoulder blades as well. And you can see having a hard time just getting to his knees. And Zeus, very, very smart there, keeping on his man, as you can see, grabbing at that right arm, not letting him go.
And let's call a spade, guys. Danny Divine, in many ways, in the prime of his career here in MPW, but he's no spring chicken. Doesn't have the same mileage as a general manager, Ray Rosas, but certainly it's Mighty Zeus with the youth advantage. Certainly Mighty Zeus's body is fresher, that bump card is fuller, or shall I say, less full, and he's exploiting every bit of that here against Danny Divine.
You can see how smug he feels about it too, honestly. Every single one of these strikes, trying to soak in the energy of these, what do you say, non-believers.
Well, I'll ask you, Ario, do you think this is unwise from the Mighty Zeus? Is he taking too much time averting his attention from Danny Divine?
Absolutely. I mean, any kind of recovery at any point. Like we know, folks, this is a game of inches and seconds. And any second for recovery, you see it right there, can cost you.
Yeah, you talk about a second and a split second with that short arm clothesline. Danny Divine potentially gets it back in, but both men, as you can see, down in our opening contest of MPW Uncaged.
And here the crowd willing these two men to their feet. Mighty Zeus trying to form, of course, his own Olympus here at MPW. But Danny Divine is the reigning, and of course, a man who is known to be at the top of the mountain. A holy figure, one might even say here.
And guys, you gotta think, in this battle, a strike exchange, especially this deep into a matchup, you give it to Mighty Zeus, the man with a near 100-pound weight advantage every single time. But hell, maybe I spoke too soon, Mansfield.
It's that quickness from Danny Divine that is unlike any other, and with that shot from that knee, it might be lights out, but no! Still some fight left in the Mighty Zeus.
And guys, let's play the guessing game. Let's play the hypothetical game for a moment here. If Mighty Zeus is able to put away Danny Devine here tonight, after putting away Ray Rosas last week in a 7-day span, in only his 4th professional matchup, he would have put away both of his trainers here in the Millennium Wrestling Academy. That has to at least put him in the conversation for championship contention.
That's got to shoot you to superstardom. I mean, you talk about the two, I got to say, paragons of the MPW division. I mean, these guys are main eventers.
It might not matter. It might not matter here, Mansfield.
Trying to get that pedigree set up now. Almost there.
Just needed one more arm. Almost had it hooked instead. Looking to turn it around. No, stopping, no. Getting that clothesline. Oh, snap the fingers mid-air. Not going to let him get the choke slam. Spear! Going for the cover.
No! Danny Devine wisely doing his homework. He knows that choke slam, second choke slam that is what put away Ray Rosas last week.
And now Danny Devine, he's got to let Zeus not get to that second choke slam, as you could say, sitting up one of his own.
No way, against the big man? Nearly 100 pounds heavier, no shot.
Trying to humble him right now. Hey, 215 pounds, got some strength as well. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
He may have just succeeded in pissing the Mighty Zeus off here, guys.
Headbutt. Just right on the jaw there. He saw that.
Massive headbutt sends Danny Devine reeling into the corner. Just another massive splash and oh my God, inside out clothesline. But he's not done. It ain't finished business.
Oh! Talk about right on the neck. This could be it. No!
He stays in. I mean, it was a vicious 3-move assault there. Danny Devine must be racked and heavy, but look at Mighty Zeus now.
And for the first time tonight, we're seeing that mask of confidence slip. For the first time, we're seeing some thoughts of self-doubt potentially creep into the mind of the Mighty Zeus, Mansfield.
Yeah, you can see he is all eyes on Danny Devine. I'm absolutely shocked that one didn't put him down, and now you can see trying to go back to the wheelhouse, but just crack of that elbow.
Ooh.
Stopping in his tracks. And Seguri.
This time it lands.
Giving more time for Danny to recover.
Looking to follow up, going to the outside in. We know what he's looking for that outside in. Cutter!
Plants him there. Zeus. Oh, a lot of weight to be having to roll over, but Danny go for the cover now.
No!
Give him the size Zeus playing into his advantage there.
You gotta think Danny Devine looking for that pedigree here, Mansfield.
Get there though.
It doesn't matter if you're standing on the ground, he will snap your fingers in an instant. You can see Danny Devine is incensed. Not only is he looking for the win, but he's looking for comeuppance after what happened last week with Ray Rosas.
Well, you gotta imagine, year after year with the Millennium Wrestling Academy, I mean, have you ever met a rookie with this much arrogance?
Or this much talent, for that matter, as Danny Devine pumps up the proverbial band, but caught in the goozle.
Oh,
Thunderbolt down. There's a cover. Is that enough?
No!
Usually the finishing blow for the Mighty Zeus. We've seen it put away Ray Rosas and Isaiah Hendricks, but not enough to put away one of the paragons in Danny Devine.
But curiously, last week, Mansfield, it took not one, but 2 of those choke slams. Perhaps Mighty Zeus needs to double tap 2 weeks in a row.
He's got to hit that second one to put down Danny, because he's not going to go away lightly.
Whoa.
And I think these people may have succeeded. And once again, pissing the Mighty Zeus off may have been all he needed to will him towards victory here, fellas.
I feel like that doubt might have scared him, though. I mean, you talked about earlier about hypotheticals, Jordan. Can you imagine after talking such a big game, if he loses against Danny Devine, back to square one once again?
But you gotta look at all that body weight straight into the corner, just flattening Danny Devine. You can see he barely can get to his feet, having to use the ropes at his advantage to get up, and oh no, now just can't even get to a vertical basis at this point.
Ario, he's not letting up here. Repeated splashes, one after the other, unrelenting here from the Mighty Zeus.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, you gotta say, in these wrestling matches, Castle, you've seen it all the time. They bring out the best and some of the very worst of individuals. And to the bottom of the clock hour, Danny Devine finds something left in the tank. Whoa!
Might have brought a few teeth out of the mouth of the Mighty Zeus there.
Standing switchblade kick from Danny Devine, and now he's looking to follow it up with a pedigree to send it home. Can he get the cover? Got to roll over all of that Mighty Zeus. And he gets it. You got to think big win for Danny Devine, not only for himself, but for his confidence. It has been quite the lengthy battle with Eddie Rohr, and especially after not winning as a tag team. Of course, after he turned his back. But tonight, Danny Devine at least can say, I am a winner.
Whoa, it was not an easy victory though, Mansfield. I mean, truly, it came down to a razor's edge there. Cover for cover, we were 0.2 of a second, and Donnie Brook calling it down the line as best he can. This really could have been anybody's game. And truly...
Oh, guys, look at this, look at this. You saw Danny Devine with emotion there, signing the contract in air. That's what Mighty Zeus has been trying to earn this entire way. A spot on the Millennium Pro Wrestling roster, and something tells me he's as good as got it after that performance. Victory and defeat, if there ever was it, for Mighty Zeus.
Oh, hell yeah.
Definitely frustrated for sure. You can see it on his face, but still plenty more action coming up. And as well, one of our other debuts we had from the Millennium Wrestling Academy, Isaiah Hendricks, going head-to-head against James Angel.
That's coming at you up next.
The following contest is a singles match set for one fall.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, back to singles action here at MPW Uncaged, where James Angel looking tonight to not only go viral, but potentially get himself back in the win section. Look at the new gear, Ario, looking dapper as hell. Draped in gold.
I'm glad to see it.
Introducing first, making his way to the ring from the City of Angels, weighing in at 217 pounds, the influential James Angel.
I mean, trust me, Mansfield, I get it. Trying to get some new gear, make yourself feel more, back in the swing of things, a new coat of paint, potentially. Because after losing decisively against Ray Rosas, I mean, James Angel took a little bit of a break, had to try and find himself, whether it be out on the internet or in the Sea of Angels. He's back here at MPW, and he's back at square one.
You gotta think, Ario, maybe it's a little bit of a clean slate here for James Angel. But tonight we're gonna have to see, is he going to do it the right way or his way? That was the problem always with Ray Rosas, and Ray Rosas put him in his place. So tonight against Isaiah Hendricks, we're gonna have to see what kind of James Angel are we getting. But as we talked about the MWA Academy, we got to talk about the graduate that is Isaiah Hendricks. Of course, winning the opportunity to be on the MPW roster from the Mighty Zeus himself in that debut match. He has been quite the grappler, especially when it comes to those submissions. And if he can get the Snake Eater in place, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's lights out.
And his opponent, Oceanside, California, weighing at 186 pounds, Isaiah Hendricks.
You see him, Mansfield? Everybody in the front row up on their feet just to shake the hand, just to have a glimpse of this new, and of course, on the roster officially, Mr. Isaiah Hendricks. Look at that.
It is funny to see just the difference that it comes with the MPW faithful to both of these superstars. It is absolute respect, as you said, for Isaiah Hendricks, and nothing but revere and absolute hatred for James Angel. But that's because of the attitude of James Angel. Tonight, he is going to have to prove that the slate is cleaned. He can do it the right way, because if not, if he continues to go about the way that he did with Ray Rosas, it could be another loss.
It's a real make-or-break situation here tonight for James Angel. And even St. Clair and I were talking about it amongst ourselves in the ring. Love him or hate him as a human being, James Angel is a phenomenal professional wrestler. 100%. It seems like with every consecutive outing here in MPW, he only gets better. But for him, it's not about improving. It's about getting wins. It's about getting closer to championship gold, getting closer to the clout that championship gold brings.
But that's what's so frustrating about it, though. I mean, honestly, Castle, this man does have talent. He does have amazing professional wrestling acumen. It's his own ego that gets in his way.
Absolutely right.
And not only that, we've seen it time and time again. He can get a clean win, but when it's his back against the wall, again, those challenging times, instead of pushing through with them, he decides to go about it his own way. And of course, most of the time, that's getting underhanded.
That's right. The insecurity of James Angel often coming into play. You have to wonder if we'll see that against a hot young upstart like Isaiah Hendricks. Mighty Zeus, unable to get the job done on our opening contest. Hendricks, hoping for better luck here, Ario.
Well, the new generation struggles to be born out here at Millennium Wrestling Academy. This is the time of monsters now, as James Angel looks to be a rookie killer, it seems.
Now you can see just circling the ring again, just trying to really figure out who Isaiah Hendricks is, really get into the mind, not only meet him in a physical level, but in a mental level. And now you can see now Isaiah Hendricks, doing a good job at picking him apart. Now looking to get a race lock.
Chase, it's an excellent point. Conventional wisdom would give this match to James Angel because of the big match experience he has here in MPW, but Isaiah Hendricks, in many ways, an unknown. There's much less tape for James Angel to study. There's much less homework he's able to do. Likewise, hold on here.
Trying an armbar, potentially. Very smart though on James Angel. That's really the thing about it. Not only do you not know much about this young talent, but one thing I do understand is he is bursting with spirit and willpower.
Absolutely, and James Angel learning that the hard way here, learning that in real time. We're seeing frustration in the face of the influential one.
We're going to go back at it potentially. I was going to say a test of strength, but no, looking to go low, a kick to the midsection. Looking to do it the Angel way, and just looking to freshen up the rookie, you know?
Yeah, you know what? I like to try to remain as unbiased as I possibly can here in the broadcast booth. This guy, James Angel, just has such a punchable face, man. Nothing fun about this house.
And definitely trying to rearrange that face right now with some right hands.
Perhaps Isaiah heard me.
Yeah, you talk about punchable. Isaiah Hendricks is doing the work, and now...
Able to slide through with an evasion and an arm drag there, and another one.
Yeah, these drop-down arm drags are doing work for Isaiah Hendricks as now he's got James Angel caught up on the ropes, looking for the Irish whip. No, a reversal from James. Now looking for the head scissors. Beautiful there from Isaiah Hendricks.
There's that agility of Isaiah Hendricks. We talked about all the mileage, I should say, of Ray Rosas and Danny Devine. Not so with Isaiah Hendricks. He is fresh as a daisy, and he's got something to prove here tonight, gentlemen.
Just wave dashing across this ring right now. Impressive speed and excellent awareness, it seems. Look at that speed now go over the cover. Only a 1 count there, though. But James Angel, you could see he's a little shock and awe.
Absolutely. And when Isaiah Hendricks is in the ring, it's like he's an uncaged animal. He has one opportunity, and that is his opponent. And he will continue to stay on him until that bell rings, as we are seeing. Not giving James Angel a moment to breathe, but Angel stopping his momentum in his tracks. Now looking for that side. Beautiful side slam there. Now looking for the cover. Got the leg hook, but only a 2.
And I want to point towards the spin that we saw from James Angel, ahead of that sidewalk slam, throwing off the equilibrium of Isaiah Hendricks, making him dizzy and adding extra momentum to the eventual collision.
And now furthering onto the head strikes, just rattling the brain of Isaiah Hendricks. Following up with a European, and just striking right in the throat, it seems, there, too. Hendricks now trying to recover as best he can in the corner.
There's something almost unhinged about James Angel. Yes, he's got a pretty face. Yes, he has a certain level of vanity. But when he gets going in that ring, there's an aggression that kicks in that's almost uncomfortable to watch, fellas.
Sociopathic, maybe psychopathic.
And the deeper it gets, I mean, you look in the man's eyes, he is unrelenting, he is unorthodox. And again, like you said, he doesn't care about people liking him. All he cares about is getting wins and going viral.
Once again, you gotta imagine how his pride must feel after losing so decisively, being humbled and humiliated against our general manager. Look at that cover. I mean, do you ever just think, Castle, this must be a case of compensation, overcompensation?
Absolutely, James Angel with something to prove here tonight. He'll never tell it, he'll never be the one to say it, but James Angel feels like his back is against the wall. If he loses to Isaiah Hendricks, who knows what the future holds for him here in Millennium Pro Wrestling?
Well, absolutely. I mean, we said it best against Ray Rosas. We saw Superman bleed that night. The man thought he was invincible until he wasn't, and tonight you can see he is laying everything in on Isaiah Hendricks, potentially looking to take out that frustration from a couple of weeks ago.
If Hendricks is able to pick up a win tonight, it could perhaps be the death of Superman. And Hendricks wants to make that happen, fellas.
And much to the chagrin of James Angel, he's able to find a low knee straight to the gut. And you can always see the problem is Ego keeps falling back into this man's hubris at the end of the day. Oh, big boot there. Even though he's able to find great advantages, if he keeps on listening, to this crowd, that's what's going to cost him.
Case in point, Isaiah Hendricks looking to press the advantage here, Mansfield.
Beautiful bulldog now looking for the cover. Make sure to hook the leg, but only a 2 there from James Angel. And Isaiah Hendricks now, you got to think, he's got to go for a clinch, got to go for a hold, get into the submission position, because again, as we have seen, if he can get into that snake
eater,
yes. It's lights out. Oh no!
He sees that big red exclamation mark above the head of one James Angel, but it might not matter as he's sent outside the ring here, fellas. Devastating impact for Hendricks, and I think Angels is looking for a count-out victory.
That was a bad landing there, Ario.
He tried to catch himself there, but you could see it, honestly. It was a big attempt.
Come on.
Thrown out the ring. You can see that right leg got caught up on the top rope, and now Isaiah Hendricks looking to just clutch at that knee. I mean, we saw it earlier with Danny Devine, an MCL injury. I would hate to see the same thing for Isaiah Hendricks.
And there's no mercy here for James Angel. St. Clair doing his job, checking on Isaiah on the outside here, and Angel immediately says, do your job.
Oh, come on, Isaiah. Should have taken more time to recover there, but he just seemed like so ready to already get back into the action. Look what it cost him.
There's that fighting spirit. It could be a double-edged sword, and right now he's paying for it here against Angel.
Isaiah Hendricks, as we know, a very eager competitor, but it's looking like it is biting him right now, especially against James Angel, who is just using everything he can to his advantage. Power move after power move, looking to strike it out now, sending him back over.
Oh, yet again. This is the first year for Isaiah Hendricks, and you can already tell he's learning some hard lessons.
Absolutely. I mean, only a couple months into the game, and again, the veteran instinct here for James Angel. He has been doing this for a couple years, and as we know, Isaiah Hendricks only been doing this for a couple of months.
That's right. Experience is just something you cannot teach, and likewise, James Angel, as we see here, happy to take the low road, happy to go for a count-out victory. He doesn't care about how the job gets done. Unlike Isaiah Hendricks, he just cares that it gets done. As again, Hendricks back up to the apron. You gotta think, Ario, a little too early.
Once again, yes, only on a 4 count. I mean, I appreciate, once again, the tenacity, the willpower of this kid, but it's costing him so much of his body and his career.
Just a spinning slam there, and you can see the back of Isaiah Hendricks is taking a lot of damage from James Angel, and looks like he's not done looking to follow it up, but Isaiah Hendricks fighting on his back foot, strikes to the midsection, but a back club sends him back down.
Yet again, no! Able to reverse it on him!
Turnabout fair play. James Angel with a taste of his own medicine sent to the outside. And that just happened. That just happened, James.
James Angel not even sure where he is right now, being sent to the outside. Isaiah Hendricks using that momentum as we saw with that drop kick, and both men are down.
I almost kind of feel a little ironic to say. I mean, he just did the exact same thing the rookie was pulling there, just running right back into the ring, not allowing himself to breathe and recover after just being shown up.
A little overzealous there.
Excuse me, Chase. For Isaiah Hendricks, that was fighting spirit. That was a will to win. For James Angel, he didn't know where he was. He was flustered there, and you got to think, still is, especially if Hendricks is able to make his way back up to his feet first here.
MPW Arena looking to will him to his feet. Again, they are fully behind Hendricks tonight, who has been showing up and showing out, especially tonight as looks to duck the punch, gets him with one of his own. Angel looking to follow it up, but again, another punch from Hendricks. Striking advantage, going to this man right here.
It's an important moment to find yourself at the 11 o'clock hour. How much gas he still got left in the tank?
How much gas and how bad do you want it? We're about to find out here, fellas.
2 Superman punches deep, looks to duck it under, and oh, beautiful neck breaker. Isaiah Hendricks looking to kick it up to full gear.
Now sizing up James Angel, trying to get him in position right now.
He's got a flicker in his belly the size of a forest fire here tonight. This could do it, guys.
Cover
Working
now.
that leg.
No.
Could apply more pressure onto the shoulders potentially there.
And I'll ask you, Ario, if you're Isaiah Hendricks, what do you have to do to put James Angel away?
You can't rush things, especially right now where we're at critical moments here. James Angel gets dangerous in these last minutes of a match because you don't know where he's going to be pulling those reserves of all the other experienced matches. He has so much endurance, not only in physical strength, but in recovery too. Whoa, look at that!
That submission's in deep. Isaiah Hendricks really wrenching back, you can see.
Chase, can you imagine if not only Isaiah Hendricks defeats James Angel, but he makes him tap out here?
Oh my gosh, we're going to see a temper tantrum through the roof from James Angel tonight if that is able to happen, but as we can see, not going to let it happen.
What strength.
Yeah, using his full strength to get him back to the corner, but he's got to look at Isaiah Hendricks, who is getting to that second rope.
Maybe try and find a potential recovery point. Crossbody, no, he catches him.
Again, strength advantage for James Angel. Wow!
And
following up with that suplex.
Picture perfect ring position and catching him in midair. Now into the cover.
Middle of the ring, but again, Isaiah Hendricks is able to slip out of that one.
Isaiah's still got a dog in this fight here. Well, James Angel, he's found himself in these moments before. This is the critical point now, gentlemen. Is he going to make that mistake of trying to go underhanded, or he's just trying to finish this match nice on the high road?
You talk about a make or break moment. James Angel has got to keep his head in the game, not get frustrated, not let Isaiah Hendricks get in his head.
Isaiah trying to fight out of the fireman's carry.
And there's where that quickness, there's where that wiliness of Isaiah Hendricks comes into play, Mansfield.
Ooh, trying to go for Fisherman's. No.
Stopping the Fisherman suplex. Now looking for a Angel Slam.
Oh, and just full body force. The obliques, the lats, so much of Isaiah Hendricks has been rocked on the right-hand side.
No!
Still, though, he's able to get that right arm up.
And you'll notice James Angel a little slow to the cover, didn't capitalize immediately. I think that might have cost him here, gentlemen.
Absolutely, got a little too cocky with it. Thought he had the win there, but as you can see, again, the gas take of Isaiah Hendricks is lengthy. It is deep. And it's not over until that 3 count is laid.
Oh, hold on!
There we go!
Crucifix!
Find his moment.
James
almost had him there.
Again, caught up with the crowd, was too busy jaw-jacking with the MPW faithful. Isaiah Hendricks nearly took advantage, but look at this!
powering through after that German.
Oh, no!
Discus lariat to try and put him away. Cover!
Yeah, flat landing.
No! Couldn't power through that, but managed to get the shoulder up in the 11th hour, and James Angel beside himself here, guys.
How can you not love this kid, folks?
James Angel?
I mean Isaiah Hendricks.
Oh, thank goodness, thank goodness.
Listen, Isaiah Hendricks tonight able to kick out, but I got to ask you, gentlemen, what is left? This deep into a match, after this much onslaught, I mean, fortunate enough to kick out, but does he have enough to win it?
Oh, I think James Angel has an idea. But Isaiah Hendricks saw it coming, maybe setting up for that snake eater, perhaps.
Almost got him down, positioning. Trying to go for the cravat.
There it is.
He got it.
Snake eater applied.
Right in the center of the ring, nowhere to run. James Angel.
Give the call to Otacon. James Angel may have no choice but to tap.
That grip is deep. S-grip in full display. Again, Angel has got to get to the bottom rope. Fingertips away, but can he get there?
And we said it at the onset of this matchup. I'll repeat it here because it bears repeating. Say what you will about his attitude. James Angel has transformed into an excellent professional wrestler here in his time in MPW. That is a picturesque example of just that.
There's been a full evolution from the man we saw from the documentary to now. And he has, of course, proven himself time and time again, but he's going to absolutely have to prove himself tonight that the slate is not wiped clean, and he is still the same James Angel.
Trying to go for that cloverleaf. No.
No, swiped off by Isaiah Hendricks, who's got him in the corner.
No!
Oh my God, kicking at that right arm.
The already injured arm, of course, and the already injured right side of Isaiah Hendricks now for a cover. No! Able to kick out now with the left-hand side. Still, though, so much has been damaged from our new rookie here at MPW. Scoop. Got him up.
Frustration on the face of Angel as he takes up Isaiah Hendricks looking for another power slam, but good job at chopping down the tree.
You heard him saying, we're done. Isaiah Hendricks says, I'm not done yet.
In the ropes. Oh, Shining Wizard.
And he's not done either. He's still got more in the tank for James Angel here, Mansfield.
Looking for some combos.
And just willing James get into position as he gets him set up.
Wow.
Rolled him through. Armbar. He almost got applied.
What an innovative way to get into that armbar. I mean, it is fully locked in, but no, now getting that S-grip is James Angel.
Wisely interlacing those fingers, alleviating the pressure, and now rolling Hendricks onto his shoulders. Got to be careful if you're Hendricks. You don't get your shoulders pinned here, guys.
Triangle choke potentially, but no. Look at the strength of James Angel. My God, powerbomb.
Talk about putting in work at the gym. Angel with a deadlift powerbomb, and now, again, looking for that power slam position.
Cover.
What a win!
Here is your winner, James Angel.
Say what you will about James Angel. Tonight he got the win, and tonight he got the win clean, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta admit, is he still egotistical? Is he still vain? Absolutely, that's James Angel. But what we saw here, gentlemen, honestly might be a start of a new beginning for this man.
Well, you know what they say, guys, it's not cockiness. If you can back it up, it is deserved confidence. And with a win like that, suffice it to say, James Angel back on track.
Oh, and now pulling up the rookie by the nape of the neck. Oh, come on!
Oh, God. You won the match, man. What do you have left to prove? Won the match clean as a whistle, I might add. As you said, Mansfield, he's more than capable of winning this clean.
Absolutely. Again, this display after the bell isn't needed from James Angel. He did all of his talking in the ring, but...
Oh, yeah, got some words for us now. The very capricious James Angel. Mood swings from win to loss. Let's see what our winning individual feels to say tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I got the mic. I see the switch right here. I'm not cutting anything. Ray Rosas! I'm over you. Doesn't matter to me. I clearly am an experienced wrestler. I think I proved myself. I took Ray Rosas to the absolute limit. They sent me a child, and I eviscerated him. What was that? Would say someone tied me? That must have been like 3 minutes. Fastest match of the night for sure.
No.
It is a travesty that in this company, I am not your champion. It's a travesty. Honestly, it's not fair. And I don't think anyone here is going to do anything about it. You guys are sycophants for whatever goes on backstage. So I'm going to take my destiny into my own hands. As you might have seen, I have entered myself into the Royal Royale.
Ooh.
And, as you know you've seen, you've got the most likes of any of the announcements. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come here next week. I'm going to enter the Royal Royale, and I'm going to win the Royal Royale. And then I'm going to show up at Summerfest, and I'm going to win the championship. It's as simple as that, folks. And the only thing you can do is like, comment, subscribe. Later, losers.
Quite the words there from James Angel, again entering himself in the Royal Royale happening next week, May 22nd. And the winner of that will get an opportunity at whatever title of their choosing. You can see he's aiming at all of them. Again, sky is the limit for James Angel. We will have to see. But coming up next, Eddie Rohr versus Nina.
The following contest is a singles match set for one fall.
Back here at 19801 Nordoff Place here in Chadsworth, California. Again, MPW's Uncaged happening tonight. 1 week away from Royal Royale happening May 22nd. And now making his entrance, a thorn in everyone's side, especially Danny Devine's, in the Freaky Frog, Eddie Rohr.
High pony.
Disrespectful high pony.
Introducing first, from the filthiest pod in all the land, weighing in at 69 filthy frogs, he is the filthy frog, Eddie Rohr.
Well, things here in the arena used to get freaky, but tonight we're looking to get downright dirty and filthy with this jumping man right here.
The frog is invasive. The pond is absolutely filled with pollution. And we are dealing with a mutant of a man I once used to call my friend. A man I used to quite love seeing week after week here
Absolutely.
myself. And I know we're supposed to be impartial here at the booth, but I am disgusted by the man Eddie Rohr has become today.
He's become a despicable individual. Filthy is the name of the game. And tonight, he is going against Nina. And you gotta think, he has got nothing but bad things on the mind from the lady who is now returning, as we know, from injury, looking to make a statement and especially put her name in the high rankings before Royal Royale next week. this out, Ario. Eddie Roar just staring her down. You gotta think, the man knows she is not 100%, and he would love nothing more than to put her back on the shelf tonight.
Hey, Beauty and the Beast is an understatement here for this match. How glad am I to see Nina back here at MPW, fully recovered and ready for action here. And Castle, I gotta ask, I mean, you saw this man a year back maybe. Now how do you feel about the new and improved, one might say, Eddie Roar?
I mean, it's not an understatement, an overstatement, I should say, to call it disgusting. Eddie Roar, for those uninitiated, those who have not had the privilege of attending an MPW show live here every Friday forever from the MPW Arena in Chatsworth, he was a folk hero in many ways. He was beloved by the locker room and the faithful alike, and throwing that all away because of... Oh, wow.
The special frog hat that Eddie Roar had brought out when these two had teamed together as a tag team.
Case in point, everyone loved this guy. Fans and the locker room alike. Nina loved this guy. He was a true friend to her, fellas.
You can say she said, "I know you, Eddie. Why are you doing this? You don't have to. Bring back the Eddie of old." And you can see giving her a hug, but following up by a clothesline. Thank God she ducked under.
You have to wonder, maybe some strategy on the part of Nina. 2 steps ahead of Eddie Roar here, guys.
Listen, Eddie Roar not only is going to play the physical game tonight, he's for sure going to play the mental game. And Nina has got a strong mental, as we can see, now looking to send him pillar to post.
Thinking one step ahead here, Nina is trying to come back here MPW with a fiery start right now, going corner to corner here.
An unfortunate stop for Nina, but back from injury and looking to kick up the heat all the way up, and now perch at the top, looking for a crossbody, but the strength from Eddie, very deceptive tonight.
Able to recover out of it.
Stick and move, that's got to be the name of the game here for Nina tonight, guys.
Looking for a quesadora, getting that bulldog.
Lands him perfect, first cover, here we go.
And of course, fellas, Nina has been out of action for the last several weeks, so there's always the question of ring rust, especially when recuperating from an injury, but her body is also fresher. It's had time to rest in the way that Eddie Roar hasn't. Competition back-to-back weeks, as she might steal it here. No.
Almost had it there with the roll-up was Nina, but now Eddie Roar looking for another clothesline, ducks under, looking for a quesadora of her own. Again, not going to go for that bulldog. You can see Eddie Roar's got her teed up in the corner.
Oh, big ol' Larry just sent her straight down.
Just filthy.
Cover his own. And I know we were just talking about it too, but you got to think about it with ring rust. I mean, look at even Ray Rosas. When it comes to professional wrestling, Nina's been week after week, not only when it came to her training regimen, but working here in MPW and all over Los Angeles as well. Now, this woman has wrestling in her genes.
Come on.
What a terrible, terrible and disrespectful thing to do.
It's a filthy cover.
And I think that's going to be the undoing of Eddie Roar. I understand he's coming off a victory last week. I understand Nina, no way 100%, recovering from injury. But if Eddie Roar takes her lightly, he's sealing his own fate here, Mansfield.
Absolutely. Again, as we have seen, Nina is able to dig down deep. And as we have seen, get lucky, surprise people. I mean, we've seen her take down some of the top superstars. And again, a win against Eddie Roar could get her higher in the rankings, especially coming up for Royal Royale in just a week.
I mean, Uncaged might be the right name of the show for Eddie Roar. I mean, the man is unhinged as well. His emotions are just swinging rapidly left and right. And you can tell the audience is absolutely getting to him.
Yeah, Eddie Roar needs medicated in a big way. And ow! Looking to medicate Nina as well. The medication being Tylenol. Pain relievers with the onslaught we're seeing here from the newly minted Filthy Frog.
Just continuing the onslaught on the knee for Nina. Again,
mocking Nina here, Mansfield.
It's just vicious. As you can see, just continuing to tear at the ligaments. And now with a disrespectful cover and only a 2 count there from Donnie Brooks, but you got to think Nina, already so much she's taken from Eddie Roar. What's she got to do to get back in the game?
I mean, for Nina, it's all about evading this onslaught from Eddie Roar. It's all about avoiding these strikes. It's all about avoiding these submission holds, but that's much easier said than done.
Absolutely.
As Eddie Roar cinches in the sharpshooter.
Single leg sharpshooter from the filthiest frog in the pond, and he'll for sure let you know about it.
Just mocking the fans, staring into their cameras, trying to give them a good show, he's saying. Oh,
come
look at
on,
that.
Donnie!
What's wrong with
Donnie!
you?
Donnie again checking on Nina. Doesn't see that Eddie Rourke getting extra leverage from the top rope. I mean, leave it to the Filthy Frog to use every avenue he
And look
can.
at him grinning ear to ear straight for the camera.
Just
Folks,
loving
if
it.
you're tuning in, once again, Millennium Pro Wrestling, if you're watching, be sure to like and subscribe, but you got to give your opinion on how you feel about Eddie Rourke right now.
And say what you will about Eddie Rourke, he's using it for all the wrong ways, for all the wrong reasons, but he is a smart, crafty professional wrestler. Always has been, always will be.
And I gotta ask you, Jordan, do you think that comes from, again, the months of him teaming with Danny Devine, being in his corner, watching his mentor, as he said, do the damn thing?
It's interesting. Oh, small package here from Nino. Looking to
Nina
seal
almost
it.
getting it.
It's interesting you bring up the partnership with Danny Devine. Eddie Roar as he drops Nino with a super kick into the cover. He credits that partnership with Danny Devine for being the beginning of the end for him as a fan favorite here in MPW. He feels like he rejuvenated Danny Devine. He brought him back to supremacy here at MPW. And what did he get for it? In his own words, chewed up and spit out, blaming not only Devine, but the MPW faithful for turning their back on the now Filthy Frog.
I don't know there, Castle. This feels like projection worse than a broken IMAX screen. Honestly, look at this man, gloating and trying to pull moves that we love to chant along with him.
Well, it used to be
I've
called
never
the You
heard
Can Freak Me.
Oh boy, perverse, disgusting.
Looking for that freak knuckle splash, as we know.
Freak knuckle splash.
Or filthy knuckle splash at this point.
Glad he broke his knuckles there on that, I hope.
Thank goodness Nina with the evasion, looking to find a way back in this thing, Mansfield.
Yeah, full steam ahead from Nina on these shoulder blocks, and now stopping him in his tracks, looking to go under, telling him to eat the knee. Talk about getting your just desserts, but again, it was that injured knee from Nina. You can see, took precious seconds to get herself back in the game.
Nina now blowing a kiss and saying goodnight. Striking with the strongest parts of her body. Knees make ever-widening holes and trying to punch a hole straight through Eddie Rourke's face.
Somebody's got a dirty face, and Nina's not done going for the cover.
Look at both legs. Oh. But again, Eddie Rourke able to get out of dodge, and you can see within an instant shot up and going to that corner, trying to get out of the way of Nina.
And guys, you got to think, earlier on tonight, Danny Devine opened the festivities with a win, hard fought over the mighty Zeus. Eddie Roar doesn't want to fall to Nina, especially on the same night where his rival was successful.
Oh, I know we were talking about earlier in that opening bout about, Eddie enjoying seeing the pain that Danny was accruing. You could probably feel a schadenfreude right now as Eddie Roar is struggling here against Nina. Oh, no! A spear to change the tides here of this match and a cover. Oh. You saw Nina with ducking and weave, and she was shucking and jiving. However, look at that one big spear, just to be able to turn it right over.
Commentators curse there, Amin. Just like that, Eddie Roar back in this thing.
And Jordan, you said it best. She has to play the cat and mouse game, but again, it was that split second that let Eddie Roar find his opening to just throw his full body weight into that spear, absolutely grounding Nina. And you got to think, taking all the wind out of her sails.
You have to think with every landing for Nina, how seemingly innocuous they may be, adds damage to that neck, takes the wind out of her sails, and Eddie Roar with Danny Devine's own pedigree here. You gotta be kidding me.
And always tries to go for the pedigree, but never able to get it. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. But now, whoa, able to lock it in. That is in deep. We know the Black Widow.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. Pride comes before the fall, and that may be the case. Was trying to send a message to Danny Devine. It may be Eddie Roar's undoing here, fellas.
We've seen it be the undoing in the tag matches with Danny, and tonight it might have, as you said, done the same thing, but again, that rope break. And now an eye rake from Eddie Roar.
I wasn't even talking here.
Eddie Roar, I don't even know if he understands where he is right now. He might be blind with rage. He can't hear straight. He can't see straight.
I mean, I'll take a comparison to Chase Mansfield any day of the week, but Eddie Roar locking in the sharpshooter. Nina may have no choice but to tap here. Again, Roar with the leverage. Again, Donnie Brooks with no idea.
And Danny Devine coming out and not letting the filthiest frog get that leverage. Not going to sit there in the back idly by and let Nina go through all of this comeuppance. Looking for the roll-up. Can Nina get it? Sacking him up. Full weight. She got it! What a win!
Here's your winner, Nina!
We talked about about it, would Danny Devine be on the back of the mind for Eddie Rohr? His confidence, his cockiness might have bit him in the butt because, as we saw, he thought he had it in the bag until Daddy Danny Devine came out to get his just desserts and put this man in his place.
In the same way Eddie Rohr screwed Danny Devine out of victory in their trios tag match last week, Danny returning the favor here tonight. This is a very combustible situation here tonight, gentlemen.
Danny doesn't need. How you be saying any more words? Look at, he's already looking for a fight.
I said I was done with you. I already beat you last week.
Yeah, cheater.
Oh God! Time for talking's over. Time.
Hey.
Of course. Hey, your dad's gonna save you.
Hey, Dad, where you been? You want to go get milk? Huh? Where's my towel?
Uh-oh! Picking up the belt! Talk about a fatherly whipping.
I'd love to see a spanking. I'm not one to encourage child abuse, but there's an exception to every rule, guys.
He's been a bad boy.
To be having is the World Championship.
Oh, God. Wouldn't you love that?
Speaking of which, shut up. Where's my Royal Royale spot? Eddie Nobel.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Ray. Eddie is stupid, but he does have a point. Where's my Royal Royale announcement?
Well, I beat him already. I beat him last week. 1, 2, 3 with his own stupid move. Tell them I'm the Royal Royale.
Eduardo Rohr.
Government name.
Eduardo?
Eduardo Jimenez Rohr.
Oh, boy.
Middle name.
He's cooked.
You don't talk to your dad like that. Who are you yelling at? You're sorry? You're gonna be sorry. I'm gonna tell them what I'm gonna tell you guys right now, okay? All of the Royal Royale spots are taken. You guys have been bouncing around back and forth as a team, as enemies. I had no choice but to give it to singles competitors.
Danny deserves it more.
You?
Shut the hell up, no you didn't.
Eddie, I would beat you any day, any night of the week. With an arm tied behind my back.
Right now.
Okay.
Right.
You can beat him whenever. Yes. And you've already beaten him. So maybe if you can do it again,
He's too stupid.
or if you can prove your point and beat him like you say you can, next week after Royal Royale, the two of you will go one-on-one. No. I don't want to put you guys in a street fight. Listen, I don't want to put you guys in a street fight because that's going to give the winner a disadvantage. Because the winner of that particular match will get a spot in the Royal Royale. I will make a brand new spot, and whoever wins gets in. So if you think you can beat him again, do it. Prove it.
You should have your general managerity taken away.
He's your dad.
I'm gonna beat you again. Daniel, Dracula, Divine.
That's a cool name.
Get a shot.
Enjoy your last week, able-bodied Eddie.
Hey, we're running it back.
Tension between these two you could cut with a knife. Nothing but bad blood, and now they're going to have an opportunity to get into that Royal Royale. But again, after these two have their match, whoever wins is going to be able to go into that Royal Royale. Will they even be able to win? Be 100% by that time?
So much on the line up next 1 week from today, but up next here tonight, gentlemen, I'll be in the ring. I'm going to look to get an official word with our current MPW champion, the Handsome Devil, Diego Valens, as he heads into battle at the Royal Royale against the Apex Smaller, Jordan Cruz.
All right, Eddie, listen up. I'm not finished with...
Danny, listen, I know you're just trying to help, but I don't need the help, okay? I know a lot of people think I'm just this damsel in distress, okay? But I'm a wrestler just as much as everyone else, okay?
Yep.
I can handle my own.
Okay.
Thank you, but no thank you.
And at this time, please join me in welcoming your MPW champion, the Handsome Devil, Diego Valens.
A man stolen from a potential naughty or nice opportunity for the title. A man who claimed gold against said thief, a former friend. But no longer is Maximilian our forever champion. Now the new era begins. Diego Valens, your Handsome Devil, reigning supreme here at MPW's Uncaged.
We saw him have a hellacious title bout last week with Busio, and now he's looking to get his second title defense next week at Royal Royale against Jordan Cruz. But before that, let's get some words with Jordan Castle.
Diego, buddy, fresh off a successful defense last week against Busio. It's no rest for the weary, as next week at the Royal Royale, the Apex Mauler, Jordan Cruz, challenges you for that MPW championship.
That's right. He talked about taking my spotlight, my success, my MPW championship. As long as I'm here, commanding this ring, I'm the Handsome Devil right here.
You know, there's been a lot of talk of you dethroning a quote-unquote outsider, a superstar who felt he was above MPW, and your former tag team partner, 1 in a million Maximilian. But what does it mean if you're dethroned for that championship by another outsider in the Apex Mauler, Jordan Cruz?
I will riot. I will riot.
The different thing is that Jordan Cruz is here on a job. And the difference with that, he's chasing money. And for me, it's about being on the throne as the devil right here.
Any last words for Jordan Cruz heading into next week, one-on-one at the Royal Royale for that MPW championship?
Last week he said that he's never been to a ring of hell. Well, next week he's gonna find out, because it's gonna be deep as hell you've ever seen.
Your MPW champion, the Handsome Devil, Diego Valens.
Making a declaration here. Jordan Cruz will be entering into Diego's Inferno, trying to make his way, descending through the circles of hell, and our champion will try to put him through in this title defense.
Biggest title defense to date for the Handsome Devil against, of course, Jordan Cruz, who is a monster of a man. Well, you're going to see that next week, Royal Royale, but still to come. Up next, Marote versus Busio.
The following contest is a singles match set for one fall.
Échale, vamos, way! Tonight here at MPW Uncaged, Marote is looking to become just that.
First, making his way to the ring, Cowboy California, weighing at 230 pounds,
Heart and soul of Winnetka Lucha Libre. This man is absolutely a crowd favorite here, our Rookie of the Year. And truly, when it comes out of any of the Millennium Wrestling Academy graduates, this man has absolutely showcased what it means to be part of MWA. Showcase that level of tenacity, that level of willpower, but most importantly, the heart and soul that fills this man every week to come and wrestle here on Friday nights. We saw him with a recent win in that Cincinnati Red Battle Royal with an opportunity to face any champion of his choosing. He chose the national champion, but unfortunately did not come up with the win. But tonight, he is looking to finally silence the man who, as he said, is for himself now. We are not Busio, no, he solely is Busio. And he is looking, oh come on, man! What happened to the love? Just despicable.
His opponent, he is Busio.
Manfield, he's not wrestling in jeans. You're not telling me he's wrestling in jeans. This man used to come out with the lively music, get the crowd on his feet. Was the prodigal son. This man would come out, get the crowd hyped. He would get them high. He would say, we're all Busio. And he's turned his damn back on everyone who has been there for him. And tonight you can see, giving no love lost, especially to Marote, especially to the crowd, wanting to do it his way, the Busio way, on his own.
Yeah, he's actually let us give him entrance music this week. What a privilege from Busio. This guy is something else, I mean.
Look at this. A man who we can say was a gift from above. Nothing more than a narc at this point. Used to hail from paradise, but there's no paradise in the ring with Busio anymore. Nothing but rocky and turbulent seas. And Marote tonight is really going to have to be on his best behavior if he's going to put down a former MPW champion in Busio.
Both of these men reeling after big losses last week in championship contention. As we said, Marote to Draven Silvera for the national title, Busio to Diego Valens for the MPW title. As we know, gentlemen, there's nothing more dangerous than men with nothing to lose, and that is the case with both of these men.
Yeah, Busio, especially tonight, has got nothing to lose, as we know. We will see him in the Royal Royale on May 22nd next week, already a confirmed participant. And you got to think Marote, if he's able to potentially get the win over Busio, could potentially take his spot. Just look, the crowd is off to an electric start right now. Here we go, collar and elbow. Already off to some solid wrist locks now. And look at this. I mean, once again, as much as you want to call Busio despicable, honestly, maybe this new edge is just what he needed to stop the stagnation of his losing streak potentially.
I mean, Busio made it very clear he lost the MPW championship, and with that, he lost main event opportunities. With that, he lost main event payouts. That was why he had to take up construction work. That's why he had to pull double duty as both a professional wrestler and a construction worker. He grew bitter at the MPW roster and the MPW faithful for forgetting about him, and now turning his back on the people who arguably turned him into the athlete we know today.
I don't know if you saw that, gentlemen. When he went for that headlock, Busio pawing at the mask of Marote, looking to, as we saw, unravel it, potentially take it off. And as we know, a luchador, that mask, that is their culture, their cultura, who they are as a person. You take that off of them, it's game over.
And the old Busio, the Busio we knew and loved, is one half of full send, 1/3 of full send, a former MPW champion. He would have never dreamed of going for the mask. Absolutely. That right there, I mean, a testament to this newly mean-spirited Busio.
I mean, as mean-spirited as it is, honestly, the strategy, with an arm drag there, it does make sense, though. I mean, look at the skill and quickness of Marote. If you're able to take away his vision, that might just be the advantage they need.
What's going on with you, man? Playing devil's advocate for this villainous Busio? What are we doing here?
Well, I mean, you got to think about it. Why does a man turn to such evil castle? He's frustrated, he's bitter, but he's looking for a change in himself.
We talked about projection with James Angel. Excuse me, Mansfield. Seeing much of the same with Busio.
Absolutely. And again, Busio, since losing that MPW title, has had a
a different attitude towards him. He has been more aggressive, but especially last week, especially, of course, 2 weeks ago when we saw this man completely change, flip on its head. He has been vicious, he has been dark, and he has found his opportunities, whether you like him or not. He's going to go that route.
Well, I mean, you gotta imagine, after all the weeks of sustaining injury, being a fighting champion, and also falling for almost every trick in the book, why don't you pull a couple yourself at this point? I mean, gentlemen, as much of a struggle as it is to see Busio like this, I can't say I blame him after viewing his entire career in context.
Busio is someone who has faced great adversity at one point, forced to leave MPW, forced to leave the state of California. Fought through it all to come back, become tag team champions with Dustin Daniels, become MPW champion against Dustin Daniels, only for it to all fall apart this year.
Well, and really this might be becoming part of the disillusionment of Busio and why it might be costing him right now. I mean, when you already completed that beautiful storybook ending multiple times as champion, I mean, where do you go after the story ends?
We're seeing it here. Busio turning to the dark side and taking his frustrations out on the rookie Morote, who, take nothing away from Morote, 2025 Millennium Wrestling Academy Rookie of the Year, my goodness.
Stop.
But he is not Diego Valens. Busio nearly beat Diego Valens. Cover here.
Hook of the leg, but only a 2 count. And again, there's going to be a lot of heart on display from Morote. Again, wants the opportunity, has got his spot on the MPW roster, but again, has gotten to the prize, but is not able to get it. Again, you got to think, trying to get an opportunity to get into that Royal Royale, if he's able to beat Busio, you got to think, potentially could take a spot.
That's right, Busio looking for momentum, heading into that Royal Royale next week himself. Doesn't want to head into that match with a loss, whether or not, he retains said spot.
Just trying to smother Morote right now. Trying to shove his hair into his mouth, obstruct his vision as best he can, but Morote swinging his body up and utilizing that momentum to get him to his feet. Oh, still applying.
Again, Busio used to be about all high flying, and now he's just trying to ground the luchador that is Morote, who is doing a good job of grounding him with this ground and pound offense. As you can see, that back elbow into the lariat. Now he's got him in the corner ready for the Superman punch.
Talk about high flying tonight. It's Morote relying on the high flying. Ducks under off the ropes into a big shoulder block.
Full force of 240 pounds cover.
Stacked him up.
Take a lot of force to be able to spring your way out of 240 pounds.
Busio might have the experience advantage. He might have the big match advantage here against Morote, but Morote has the power. 50, 60 pounds at least on Busio.
Are you seeing he's calling a timeout right now in the middle of a match? You know better as a fighting champion, previous fighting champion.
This is not the Busio we knew and loved. Plain and simple, guys. This is a different man entirely.
Whoa.
Absolutely caught Morote, sent him to the ground, and now just looking to take out the foundation of the Winnetka Luchador. Oh, God, figure 4 leg lock, and now firmly getting it in.
Yeah, they didn't teach this one on the job site. This is not OSHA certified.
Oh, and wanting to wrenching that ankle as best he can from both angles. And Morote is saying he's not going to quit. Look at that, ground out of the mask yet again.
As we said, Morote a big boy right now. Busio using all 230 plus pounds of that size advantage against him here as Morote tries and succeeds, turning him over onto his stomach, reversing the figure 4.
High risk, high reward, and of course you're suffering the consequences. Look at that, able to find his way back.
Busio turning it back over again, getting the full force onto the submission for Morote, but now Morote biting at the fingers of Busio, who's trying to grab at the mask.
That identity, that lucha libre heart and soul you spoke to, Mansfield, it means so much to Morote. He's not going to give it up that easily, especially here against Busio.
Absolutely. I mean, that's his cultura. It is everything to a luchador. You strip the mask away from him, you strip the character away from him, you strip the man away from him. It is complete disrespect in the culture of lucha libre to lose that mask, and we've seen it time and time again. Busio doing everything he can to just rip it away.
Well, not without a fight there.
Leaping knee. Looking to follow it up.
Solar flare!
Out of nowhere.
Won't be enough.
A little too slow on that cover, and you saw it too, folks. A breath, a singular breath, could mean the difference in an entire match.
Means wins or losses, and we can see Now it's back to the drawing board for Morote, back at square one. It didn't work, and now you got to figure out what can I do next. Do I hit him with it again? Do I go for a submission as it worked, or do I hit him with those big power moves we know he's capable of, especially this deep in the match?
Hop off, shirts off, folks.
Tuning up the proverbial band here. He's got Busio in his sights, but Busio saw it coming.
Looking for maximum power, instead eats a people's knee by Busio.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall, Mansfield.
I believe that's a Busio's knee by Busio at this point now, my
Absolutely, I should refrain from saying he's not for the people anymore. He's only for himself, and we have said no longer we are Busio, he is Busio. Following up with a knee to the face of Morote.
You know what you call this era of Busio? Militant individualism. That's truly what it is at this point. Oh.
It is he, himself, and Busio popping his own top to a much less positive reception.
And once again, too, we've been seeing it from last year. Oh, the construction work has been showing off in the definition.
Come on.
Oh, but the cynicism has been festering.
Just absolutely dirty and disrespectful from a man who we used to call the prodigal son.
Quick,
hold on! Oh, stacking him up.
Ow, almost able to steal the match there.
Busio,
what a drop kick.
Overconfident, turned his back on Morote, jaw-jacking with St. Clair, and the 2025 Millennium Wrestling Academy Rookie of the Year nearly took advantage, nearly pinned a former MPW champion.
There's a reason he was Rookie of the Year. This man shows up and shows out, and we have seen him put some big names in the win column, and no bigger than Busio if he can get him and usurp him tonight.
Busio thinking he has concussed, apparently. He's trying to ask Sinclair now to check in on him. Morote, though, able to find recovery now in the ring. What?
No proper testing protocol for his concussion? Is that what he's saying here? Give me a break.
Oh, come on. What the false concussion you were just talking about?
And Morote!
No!
Wait, hey!
Oh my God!
Roberto Perez!
Roberto Perez!
He's been behind the mask the whole time.
God!
Getting the win, but what? Come on, Busio! Just ripping away the mask of Morote, showing it's been Roberto Perez the whole time, but
I thought he stopped wrestling! I thought he was finished wrestling! He was in production here at MPW!
I never thought I'd see Busio go this damn low!
We talked about it all match long, Mansfield, how much that mask means for Morote, for... I guess now we know Roberto Perez, it meant everything to him, a new beginning. A mask that won him the Cincinnati Red Memorial Battle Royal, that got him championship matches, and Busio, in one fell swoop, stripping it all away.
Disrespectful, absolutely disgusting. You are an abhorrence to Millennium Pro Wrestling, Busio, and you should be ashamed of yourself walking this back.
Even with all that stupid hair, it still doesn't fit his big dumb head.
Talk about a disrespect of culture, just spitting in the face of all the Lucha Libre. But leave it to Busio to be the man to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, still to come your semi-main and main event. So coming up next, Dustin Daniels takes on a longtime friend and Clay Cutler.
Woo! This week, I got myself a nice trophy. Next week is the Royal Royale, and everybody else got lucky. Busio wasn't allowed to participate because of something that wasn't even my fault. I was just defending myself. But forget about the past. Busio's in it, and he's ready to throw every single person over that top rope, whether it's in the first round to the last round, baby. All I know is Busio is going for gold. Woo!
We got something very fun on tap. Do we want to see a debut here in Millennium Pro Wrestling? And the winning contest is a singles match set for one fall.
How to shoot this?
We talk about debuts all the time here in MPW. Again, it is a privilege to be a part of the MPW roster and get your chance at being here on a Friday night show. This man has been on multiple, has headlined multiple. Not only has he been tag team champion, he's been national champion, he's been MPW heavyweight champion, but tonight, he's looking to go against longtime friend. These boys had the same dream a while ago, now finally meeting in Dustin's home here at MPW.
Youngest vet in the game meets a former peer and potential new rival here tonight. We might have to see for the semi-main.
Introducing first, weighing in at 205 pounds, he is the youngest vet in the game, Dustin Jack Daniels.
Always testing the audience here, seeing if they're really awake for this semi-main. And if they are, well, he got a spray bottle to be able to keep them in check.
As we know, Dustin Daniels likes to rule over MPW, calls himself the youngest vet in the game, has been doing this since 16 years old, and has all of the accolades you would need to be one of the best here at MPW. Hell, we got his goddamn picture in the back against some of the greats, but tonight he is going against Clay Cutler, a man who has cut his teeth in the New Japan Academy. Both these men had a dream to be professional wrestlers. Dustin Daniels did it here in the MWA Academy. Cutler did it at the New Japan Academy. And now, Dustin Daniels picked up the phone, called Clay Cutler, and let him know it is your time to test your might, to test your will. As they say, iron sharpens iron. Meet me at my house and face me man to man.
Hey, remember though, this ain't the backyard with a trampoline. This ain't even the New Japan Academy in a controlled environment. This is Dustin Daniels' turf.
This is the biggest test to date for Clay Cutler, but can he bring the New Japan strong mentality here to the MPW arena?
His opponent, making his way on in from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 280 pounds. This is beautiful violence, Clay Cutler.
Looking to bring violence beautifully here at MPW, and you know, we talk about Dustin Jack Daniels being jacked all the time, but Clay Cutler, no small chicken. I mean, nothing to sneeze at. This man built exactly, again, as they say, like a brick house like Dustin Daniels. It is going to be, again, metal versus metal, will versus will. Best friends finally getting the opportunity to lock horns tonight, Castle.
Yeah, but you have to think this version of Dustin Jack Daniels a little different than the one that Clay Cutler grew up with on the trampoline.
Oh, absolutely. Again, as we know him as the largest veteran in the game, this man has done it all here in MPW, and for Clay Cutler, it's just his first day.
That's right, not only here in MPW, but his first booking, his first wrestling match outside of his native New Japan Pro Wrestling. Here Dustin saying, I know him. I mean, excluding those backyard fights we talked about 10, 15 years ago, shades of King of Extreme. Clay Cutler's only had one match. I had the privilege of calling his debut match at the LA Dojo. New Japan Academy showcase against Bastion Infinite just 2 months ago, and he looked very impressive in that matchup, but suffice it to say, it's Dustin with the experience advantage here in MPW. The experience advantage as a whole here, guys.
Hoping, you know, this friend might be able to pull some great energy out of Dustin. Might be just what he needs to get him back on the up and up here at MPW.
Gotta say, tail of the tape is very similar today. I gotta say, Clay Cutler, of course, has that height advantage, but you look at the build on both men. You know the strength on Cutler. You know the strength on Daniels. Very, very equal and similar.
And for Clay Cutler, over 100-pound weight loss journey. This is a guy who was not naturally born with a body like this, did not have genetics on his side, worked his tail off to become the man you see before you.
It kind of almost seems like almost his namesake, too, in former Mr. Olympia, Jay Cutler as well, having so much amazing strength and tenacity, but also that level of commitment. You got to remember, though, these are not glamour muscles. These are pure functional wrestling muscles.
Yeah, not show muscles. These are go muscles, but the same can be said of Dustin Daniels. They don't call him Jack for nothing, I mean.
Oh, and a beautiful headlock takeover. Look at that. Ori transitioning through.
And there you see some of that amateur wrestling background of Clay Cutler. Second to none, especially sitting under the learning tree of the likes of Fred Rosser, Rocky Romero, and Kushida at NJPW Academy.
Listen, it doesn't get better than that. We are seeing the full training on display. Not a lot of people can jockey with Dustin Daniels, especially in the opening contest, but I gotta hand it to Clay Cutler, holding his own.
I mean, honestly, gentlemen, it might be a little too early to say this, but I think we're watching a very historical match right now here for Southern California and Los Angeles wrestling scene. Beautiful. Look at that wrist lock, able to send him right over.
So much for Clay Cutler to prove here. His friends and family in the crowd tonight, his mother, his girlfriend. I mean, this is a must-win situation here in his MPW debut. For Dustin Daniels, arguably just another day at the office, and that could help or hurt the young Cutler.
Yeah, you talk about big name and shining lights for Jay Cutler, and sometimes, again, the bright lights of MPW can be a lot, but he is holding his own, and again, as you said, it is a make or break moment for him tonight.
Excuse me, Ari, you heard Dustin say rule number one after that cheap shot to Clay. Rule number one in this business: don't trust anyone.
I mean, you have feeling the stings of that mistrust right now. Oh! And I remember you mentioned earlier, having your mom, having your partner there in the audience watching you, while might be able to give you some great energy, I mean, you can also imagine how much more the stakes have risen at this point. I mean, to come home injured and battered for your debut, picking up a loss, I mean, it's got to hurt your pride.
It's a double-edged sword here for Clay Cutler, but it's not letting him sway him thus far. Picture-perfect drop kick, putting the beautiful in beautiful violence here.
Such good arm drags followed by that drop kick. I mean, this man is going full force, especially with that European uppercut. Looks like a dazed look on Dustin Daniels, who's now being sent in pillar to post.
Moving the ring. Oh! Look at the height on that backbreaker,
yeah,
my God!
Sidewalk backbreaker, and now a hip toss. Clay Cutler has heated it up in the kitchen.
Sending Dustin Jack Daniels around the ring like a ping pong ball.
That is not something you see every day here.
Now Dustin Daniels clearly maybe bit off a little more than he could chew. You got to think maybe thought he had an easy night ahead of him against Clay Cutler. Someone only 2 matches deep. A rookie who just started training in the last year, and Clay Cutler proving he is anything but a ham and egger here.
We know Clay Cutler has an abundance of tape to watch on Dustin Daniels. Study him to a T. Again, with only 1 match in the books for Clay Cutler, Dustin Daniels is almost going into this blind. Yes, he knows his friend. He's wrestled with him in the backyard days, but they are grown men now.
Oh yeah, I think as well the talent and the level of experience he's able to pick up from world-class athletes. Just like Dustin Daniels learned so much from the MPW Academy.
Likewise, a little inside baseball for you. Clay Cutler in his time in the beginners class of NJPW Academy. Successful in a field of over 30 others, handpicked by Rocky Romero and Jushin Thunder Liger as the standout of the beginners class, the only one in his class to earn a spot on a New Japan Academy showcase.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, after hearing all that, is it any reason why this isn't a surprise to see right now for his second match out? And Dustin Daniels, keep in mind, folks, once again, traveled, Triple Crown champion here at MPW, and in spite of all that, is seeing the level of talent that is coming out of the Los Angeles scene here.
Good Samoan drop there from Dustin Daniels, finally able to drop Clay Cutler, but not enough to put him away.
As we've said several times tonight, Mansfield, there is no replacement, there is no teacher that beats experience. Dustin Daniels has experience specifically here in this ring, under these lights, with these people. He has won every championship there is to win here in Millennium Pro Wrestling. And you gotta think he's not gonna give Clay Cutler a victory this easily.
And again, as I was telling Ario in the back, I was able to talk to Dustin Daniels, and he told me himself, he made the call to Clay Cutler, let him know he saw his match at the New Japan Academy, he saw his training, and he said, come to MPW, meet me on my turf, and prove that you deserve this opportunity. Only a 2 there.
Certainly proven it thus far. You have to wonder if maybe this jaded, bitter Dustin Daniels was looking for an easy win, said, oh, my friend's unexperienced, I'll sucker him in with an opportunity, only to make an example out of him, but proven to be much easier said than done here, fellas.
Listen, Clay Cutler has done his homework, and he is doing his best, and you know, these two, best friends for a very long time, and as they say, you hit your friend harder than anyone here in professional wrestling. And
pretty hard hit right there, Mansfield.
These two are absolutely walloping each other, as you can see, just dropping the elbow, looking for the cover.
No punches pulled here for the semi-main event, folks. Clay Cutler is feeling the effects of the youngest vet in the game.
Again, for Dustin Daniels, it's the intangibles that set him apart, the details of him. Again, we can see, not only is he attacking, of course, the midsection of Clay Cutler, he's attacking him on all fronts. He's attacking the legs as well.
Dustin Daniels in every way has that intangible, that it factor, that thing that you can't teach.
Oh! You're seeing it on display right there.
Too many
intellect on this man.
And perhaps Clay Cutler showing his inexperience there. Gorgeous drop kick initially, but went to the well one too many times, and Dustin takes advantage, Mansfield.
Yeah, now doing his best to ground it to a halt, and this is where the power advantage for Dustin Daniels comes into play again. His strength is bigger, better than anyone, and
but do we think he has the power advantage? Clay Cutler, we mentioned that incredible physical transformation, also has 15 pounds on Dustin Jack Daniels.
Absolutely, and again, it's deceptive for Dustin Daniels. I mean, we know how jacked he is, but as small as he is, that physique, he is able to absolutely overpower almost any opponent. But Clay Cutler, I mean, is giving him a run for his money, as you can see, into a vertical basis, looking to attack the midsection. Oh, good elbow. Following up with a European uppercut there from Dustin Daniels.
We're really talking about size. I mean, each one of the biceps, of Dustin Daniels, the size of my leg. Quick roll up, though.
No!
Almost went away with a sneak victory.
Milliseconds away from becoming a made man in MPW, but Dustin Daniels says not today.
Near falls there from both men. We're seeing them trying their best to recover right now. Look at Dustin, just staring down his friend.
Cutler having really good explosive moments, but again, it is Dustin Daniels finding the right opportunity to get back into it.
And we're hearing Dustin Daniels mocking his friend, saying, "That's all you got? This is my ring. This is my dream."
Trying to slap the taste out of his mouth. And look at this.
Well, Clay Cutler with a dream of his own, gentlemen, and he'll be damned if Dustin Jack Daniels or anyone takes it away from him.
Again, you talk about chop after chop, strike after strike. Cutler is giving it his best. An Irish whip reversal sends it back to the ropes.
If he has anything to say about it. Sizing him up now.
Little fighting spirit here from Cutler, guys. No.
Just a European uppercut through the heart of Dustin Daniels, but not enough to land the knockout blow. Potentially looking for a neck breaker. No, look, turn it around.
Well, his neck may have been broken in a very roundabout way, Mansfield. Lateral press. No.
You saw the elbow get up there, but God, the brainstem of Dustin Daniels must be bulging some disc right now.
And you hear Cutler calling a shot. He's looking to put Dustin Daniels away here, guys.
Yeah, wants no more. Looking to put down the biggest vet in the game. No, sent to the corner. No, sent to the ropes.
Whoa. Oh.
What a chop.
Try to hold on to the ropes there, but Dustin able to kind of plant that boot.
No teacher, no replacement for experience, fellas.
And off the second now.
Oh!
A showcase there, of course. Young tenacity on display.
Cutler doing his homework again, stopping the chop block from the second rope. Oh! Running power slam! Can he get it? Oh!
Just muscling him up here. Really impressive show of strength. You have to wonder if he had been able to get him initially, use all that strength and momentum to hit the power slam, as opposed to getting Dustin on his shoulders, if maybe he would have won the match.
I mean, it's just such an unorthodox positioning to try and be able to
hold on, excuse me, looking for the Boston Crab, the signature of the New Japan Dojo system, and Dustin nearly stole it.
Yeah, doing it good to turn it around now. Leaping knee from Dustin Daniels, followed up with the enziguri.
Just rocking now. Clay Cutler in the center of the ring. Don't know where he is, as now thoughts of mischief in the mind of Dustin Jack Daniels going up to the high rent district.
Rent is due as he goes from the top. Oh, God, elbow drop.
Landing on the sternum of Clay Cutler. Cover.
No.
I cracked a rib there potentially on that kick out too.
It's hard to believe watching Clay Cutler compete that this is only his second professional match, his first in Millennium Pro Wrestling. He's showing something tonight, guys.
Absolutely making a fan out of me tonight. I mean, it is not very often you see a man who is able to go toe-to-toe with the likes of Dustin Daniels. Not only in size, but in strength, in tenacity, and will, but now looking for the claw.
Tightly applied.
Signature of the Von Erichs.
And just squeezing all the pressure points in the temple.
We've seen him put people to sleep with this very move. Winning that national title as well with this same move.
Yeah, but he's not putting Clay Cutler to sleep with that move. Not tonight, not at least now, gentlemen.
Oh! That act of desperation pays off.
Back in the neck, hitting that bottom turnbuckle.
Might have rattled him there for sure. Whoa!
Falcon Arrow!
Cover! Oh, he felt it too. I know we did, folks.
Tried for it so many times in the match, was finally able to get it, but not enough to put down again the grandest veteran in the game.
And Clay now standing tall. He sees the opportunity. He can taste this victory here, and to be able to pick up his first win in MPW against Dustin Daniels will propel him to the very top of the roster potentially.
Going for that Boston Crab one more time, Mansfield. Can he turn Dustin Daniels over onto his stomach?
If he can, this could be the opportunity he needs to finally get that spot on the Friday night roster. I mean, what a big win this would be if he can get it. Cementing himself, of course, in those rankings.
And Justin's screaming in agony here.
He tried to tear apart his quad, trying to pop it right out of the hip socket.
Forget leg day.
Absolutely red in the face as he finally is able to get to that bottom rope. Clay Cutler going to use all of the 5.
Oh, a very painful form of hypertrophy there, you might say, but you need a lot more recovery after that.
You have to think. Frustration written on the face of Clay Cutler for good reason. That is his ace in the hole. As a young lion in NJPW Academy, that's your game ender. That's your finishing maneuver, and Dustin Daniels managed to find a way out.
Yeah, you got to think that's going to be a confidence shaker, especially this deep in a match for Clay Cutler. I mean, for him, could have been the ending, but of course, wasn't able to get it. But now, looking to meet Dustin at the top.
Dangerous, dangerous place to be here, Ario.
But Clay's looking confident, though. Getting him set up.
Gonna be a bad fall for both men. No Dustin, though.
Sees the danger.
We're going to fight out of it.
Oh! Concussive headbutt right there.
Afro doing very, very little to cushion this blow, and that is a dangerous, dangerous landing for Clay Cutler.
He's landing snake eyes on him there.
Looking for that slingshot. German! Right onto his neck, Castle.
Yeah, Clay Cutler might be done here, boys.
Now looking to set it up with that second rope chop block. Or no, that second rope clothesline, as we've seen.
Takes his head off there. Clay Cutler is laid out in the center of the ring cover. Is that it? He got it!
Talk about an execution.
Here is your winner, Dustin Daniels.
What a hell of a show here so far, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely amazing display of generational talent here. Not only in our first 2 opening matches, but especially here in our semi-main. I am so confident in the bright future here in Southern California and Millennium Pro Wrestling. However, you're seeing how experience definitely does pay off. A victory by Dustin Jack Daniels.
A privilege to call the entirety of Clay Cutler's career here in the great sport of professional wrestling. I hope there are many, many more to come, specifically here in Millennium Pro Wrestling. But there's a reason Dustin Daniels is a pillar of this organization. There's a reason his banner is on that wall, guys.
Dustin made the call, told Clay to meet him here in his home turf, and Clay showed up. He proved he can hang with veterans like Dustin Daniels. And hopefully, we will see more of him, this New Japan Academy graduate, in the future here in Southern California. But yet another win in the win column for Dustin Daniels, heading in, of course, to Royal Royale in just 1 week. Well, gents. Hell of a showing from Clay, but we still got our main event coming at you next. It'll be those MPW tag team titles on the line. The Best Pals in their first title defense against 2X.
The following contest is your main event of the evening. It is a tag team match set for 1 fall. And it is for the MPW Tag Team Championships.
You hear that iconic song reverberate through the MPW arena. Former reigning defending champions. Multiple weeks, what, 9 title defenses?
9 title defenses, almost a record.
But look at that, new gold on the protege of Miggy Rose. Unbreakable Heart Dream and Silvera. What a transformation from this once rookie, now champion. Standing high and now trying to gain even more gold.
as Mickey Rose said last week to Draven Silvera, hey, put those boots back on. It's time to bring 2X back and get those tag team titles. I want all the gold, Draven, so let's do it. Me and you. What was Draven's response? Well, I've got this thing going on with the national title. I still want to defend it. So, a team that we know was once a well-oiled machine in each other's corners firmly now looks to have maybe a little bit of turmoil.
Well, while you might doubt his intentions, his track record speaks for itself, especially as a tag team. But going up against... Speaking of iconic, my goodness, Chase, get ready with those hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, reunited, and it feels so good. These are the best friends.
We got it.
Talk about kicking up your Friday nights, ladies and gentlemen. This might be the main event. These are your main event boys, and they are looking to steal your hearts, just as they stole those tag team titles. But as we always say, it's one thing to make it to the top of the mountain, but can you stay at the top of the mountain? Especially with the turbulence we have seen these two go through. They have been tag team partners. They have been bitter rivals. They have been entrenched in a blood feud. But tonight, Ariel, they are one thing and one thing only. Best pals. Ladies and gentlemen, your main event. So let's send it down with main event introductions with Jordan Castle.
Introducing first in the corner to my left, the challengers. Weighing in at a combined weight of 325 pounds, the team of the Short King, Mickey Rose, and your MPW National Champion, the Unbreakable Heart, Draven Silvera, 2X. Their opponents in the corner to my right, weighing in a combined weight of 405 pounds, the team of Captain Daniel Moon and the Ace Brendan Devine. They are your reigning, defending MPW Tag Team Champions, the Best Pals!
Despite all the turmoil, all the rage and betrayals, Major Tom has somehow found his way back to ground control, and it's so wonderful to see.
Again, the captain and the ace on best terms, I would say, as best pals, looking to go into their first title defense of those tag team titles against a record-breaking team in 2X. Again, 9 title defenses, almost 150 plus days as champions. That's record-breaking numbers, gents.
A very impressive reign, to be sure, Mansfield. However, this is a very different 2X. Draven Silvera, now your national champion, has grown into himself in so many ways, so confident, so secure as a singles wrestler, so much so that he didn't even want this opportunity. It was Mickey Rose who secured this opportunity for 2X, and you have to wonder if Draven Silvera may be too focused, understandably so, on that national championship to put the attention necessary towards dethroning the Best Pals.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen him be a fighting champ week in and week out. Even when he's been hurt, he's still defending the title. And tonight, again, not able to defend it, of course, as we know in the main event for these tag team titles. And if he can do it tonight, walking out as Draven 2 belts.
You know, certainly the Unbreakable Heart would love nothing more, but Ario, it's been very interesting, the trajectory of 2X. Mickey Rose, well, not exactly beloved by the MPW faithful, and it couldn't be further from the case for Draven Silvera, a fan favorite in every sense of the word, though, at least for the moment, at least for the time being, still working in tandem together.
Well, Mickey Rose has definitely showcased himself as a quality talent, week after week here at MPW, but it really is that next step of prestige to try and train the next generation, to have them understand your ideologies. And really, we've been saying he'd been corrupting the youth, one might actually add, but look where it got Draven Silvera.
Perhaps a transactional friend, perhaps using Draven Silvera, the hot young upstart, the national champion, the 2024 MPW Rookie of the Year, to maybe rise his own own stock. Who's to say?
I mean, is that really a way to build a relationship, though? I mean, you've seen it right now with the Best Pals. They've tried to make this work previously, and it just wasn't founded on a strong foundation. Now, in spite of all the animosity between each other, Brandon Divine, getting absolutely rocked in the corner. He knows better than anybody. The place he's got to get back to is Daniel Moon to help save him.
Listen, 2X doing a good opportunity at turning the pages back to the old 2X. Of the 9 title defense 2X, I mean, these two are working like a well-oiled machine. We saw those tandem tag team offense, but now Dream Silvera taken to the ropes, looking to go full steam ahead. Of course, for those head scissors.
Great confidence there by the Unbreakable Heart.
Looking for a splash in the corner to Brendan Divine. Ain't done, setting him up for a drop kick to the back. And now for the first cover of the match. Only a 1 count.
Yeah, it's been several months before last week when I made my personal MPW return. It's been several months since I had the privilege of watching Draven Silvera compete live, and the growth in just 6 to 9 months that we've seen from this man is unbelievable. A new wrestler entirely, and so deserving of that status as national champion. But Ariel, they don't call Brendan the Ace for nothing.
Absolutely not. I mean, the Ace has gone through a lot of capricious moods here at MPW, but one man that has shined through with so much optimism that can even turn the tide. Look at that. Of even the hearts of the most hardened men here at MPW, Daniel Moon. I mean, I know we were talking about the transformation, of Draven Silvera, but this man going on hiatus and returning after 7 years has had an explosive return here.
Not only returning, but returning looking better than ever. Like he did better than before, and I mean the physique on this man to be away for so long and come back in 7 years and look like $1 million. I mean, we saw people coming out of the woodworks to face the Captain Daniel Moon.
In the shape of his life, the shape of his career, turning back the hands of time, and he needs it against the youthful exuberance of a Draven Silvera.
Now a kick to the ribs. Daniel Moon looking to combo on combo, and my God, just a leaping backbreaker.
And gentlemen, I feel this every single week. Cover. This sense of whenever I see Daniel Moon, it's awe-inspiring. I can't help but find myself with my mouth ajar just staring at the talent of this man. Now tag into Mickey Rose.
And very wise of Daniel Moon and Brendan Divine to take the fight to Miggy Rose, the freshest one in the matchup, the only man in this matchup. Cover here, who did not compete last week here in Chatsworth. Likewise, wise of 2X to make the tag and keep the fresh Miggy Rose in control, as we're seeing here.
You can see, you got to think Draven Silvera not at 100%. As we know, not only did he defend his title last week, he's been defending his titles 3 weeks in a row. This man has been a fighting champion. You got to think Miggy Rose is going to have to do a lot of damage tonight to the best friends if they're going to get the win.
That tight angle on that enziguri, my God, he just flipped inside his body to be able to do that.
Looking to throw him to the ropes.
Atomic drop.
Assisted atomic drop. And now,
no little short kings anytime soon. Cover.
Back suplex into a neck breaker, but not enough to put down 2X. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event for MPW's Uncaged, all for the MPW Tag Team Championships in 2X. Again, going against the best friends, and Miggy Rose right now in a bad way.
Yeah, I think best friends were a couple of different guys. I'm not so sure. Not so sure.
And now, look at that excellent veteran instinct there by Miggy Rose. Going for, looks like an eye rake. Ow! Just clawing out the retinas of Brendan Divine now.
And there's that villainous streak of Miggy Rose, more than happy to take the low road. And Draven Silvera, he might not do it himself, but happy to take advantage here, guys.
Daniel Moon so smooth in saving his partner there. And look at this, double lariat to send out our former champions.
Ground control to the Best Pals. They're looking to fly.
Houston, we got lift off and landing.
Never saw Roster Joey hit that one, my goodness.
Best Pals looking to kick it up a notch again in their first title defense of these MPW Tag Team Championships, and 2X have got to get their head back in the game. Brendan Divine looking to send the legal man back in. That is Draven Silvera. Miggy Rose, they'll have another plan. Send him face first in the apron.
Disaster kick out of nowhere.
And on the hard floor below, gentlemen, there's a very thin layer of padding in front of us. Suffice it to say, cover from Draven. It does very, very little, especially with a landing that nasty for Brendan Divine.
You see him checking in on his nose, make sure it's still in place right now. Oh! Retaliatory chop, but Draven Silvera still has the upper hand here as he sends Brennan into their corner.
Again, Miggy barking orders, as we know, the mentee and mentorship between these two. Let him know what to do as we see chop upon chop from Draven Silvera, but oh no! Oh! Plans! Leaving him with a chop of his own, but oh!
You go into a chopping battle with Brendan Devine, especially if you're Draven Silvera, you're losing 10 times out of 10. And that's not to take anything away from Draven Silvera. That's just how dangerous the ace is with those knife edges.
Yeah, knew he wasn't winning one, so he decided to grab at the hair of Brendan Devine again. It's that mentorship of Miggy Rose that is having Draven Silvera almost turn back the page, go underhanded, something we haven't seen before in these national title defenses.
Now championship gold up for grabs here. You gotta think in some small way still trying to prove himself to mentor Miggy as he goes for the cover.
And you're seeing effective strategy on display right now, just trying to wear down the ace of MPW by just going for both sides of the upper body, trying to break down the shoulders, the front face, the back as well.
And guys, it's smart, fundamental tag team wrestling. Brendan Devine has been in the ring the longest. Miggy Rose and Draven Silvera want to keep him in there, wear the man down, and not give him the opportunity to make the tag to Daniel Moon.
Doing a very good job at cutting this ring in half, and now with the distraction from Sinclair, you can see Draven Silvera looking at insult to injury, but oof.
Because I'm not sure if our cameras caught it, a look of conflict on the face of Draven Silvera. He did it, but he wasn't happy about it.
Well, I honestly, this is kind of the thing I've noticed when it comes to fame. Sometimes, you know, when you hear the fans cheer you on, you feel good about yourself. You feel like, wow, wait a second, they actually like me. And to have that, try and walk away from it, it can honestly be a bit of a conflicting moment for a young wrestler. I can see why.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, wasn't able to get that with 2X, but now is able to do it tonight. Again, national title around his waist, looking to become double champ Draven Silvera. You can see the MPW crowd is in his favor tonight. Want to see the best out of Draven Silvera, even with Miggy Rose in his corner.
Well, you can't deny there's talent in this young man. Absolute talent. Brendan Devine getting his neck wrenched up further and further against the back of that knee.
Yeah, Brendan Devine in a bad way has got to rely on that power, escape the clutches of Draven Silvera, and try to make his way to Daniel Moon for the tag. But he's a long way from the captain here, gentlemen.
Yeah, he has got to get that tag to Daniel Moon. I mean, Best Pals first title defense in a bad way right now, but the ace looking to,
look at the beast.
Silvera out of dodge.
Ragdolling him outside of the ring, but Miggy Rose double goozled.
Oh, look at that!
Caught him with the DDT.
Oh, nasty angle on that one, too.
And guys, I'm not sure if our cameras caught that. Daniel Moon, for a second, put his foot on the ropes. It looked like he was going to enter the ring and make the break. Moon realized how bad this is looking for Brendan Devine here.
Yeah, the onslaught from 2X onto the ace has been visceral. This man has not been even able to get a second of a tag to Daniel Moon. Not even inches away, he's feet away from the captain.
And at this juncture, feet feel like miles, especially as the former MPW champion, Miggy Rose, takes the fight to the ace.
Yeah, but the longer this goes, the more frustrated Brendan Devine becomes, and the more frustrated Brendan Devine becomes, the more damage and dangerous he will dish out. Going for the Irish Whip reversal, sending Miggy to the corner. Oh! Got him with that lariat, and this is the opening the Best Pals need.
You have a very good point there, man. Brendan Devine really does thrive on rage. But when you're with your best pal trying to keep you in check...
Oh! Well, tried to make the tag to his best pal, but it's Draven Silvera, again, taking a page out of Miggy Rose's underhanded book and stopping it from happening.
Yeah, leaving the opening for Miggy Rose to, get that butterfly suplex.
Look at that bridge on it, too. I really thought that was it for a second.
So we know the catch can background for Miggy Rose, able to get that bridge, and now they are going to continue the onslaught of Brendan Devine. He has got to get back in the corner, tag in Draven Silvera again, continue that tag team onslaught, cut it in half. He can't get anywhere close to the captain, who is just chomping at the bit to get into this tag team title defense.
You talk about the rocky, tenuous, on-again, off-again relationship of the Best Pals here in MPW. Right now, you're seeing that on display. Moreover, you're seeing the tag team success of 2X on display, but Brendan digging deep into his gut, looking for the tag.
Reaching out, could see the fingertips, but now an entire world's apart. Oh! and can only look on as Daniel Moon begging for Brandon Devine to try and will his way over. Oh!
Draven, though, saving his man. Both him and Miggy looking to take it to Brendan Devine, potentially a double suplex.
Oh, we got a double suplex, all right. A double suplex from the Ace.
And Daniel Moon revving up the engines, trying to get liftoff right now, but he's got to get the call from ground control to reach back. Just fingertips away. He sees him.
Daniel Moon cannot wait to get in. The captain wants his go at 2X.
Thrusters are go. Big Polish hammer. Ball with the lariat.
He ain't done. Kick to the midsection. Looking to follow it up. Oh! Beautiful swinging neck breaker.
Takes the leg. Beautiful wheel kick there.
A bad Moon rising here in this matchup. The tide turning in favor of the Best Pals.
Land on his feet.
Sent to the apron. Looking to continue the onslaught on Draven Silvera, but he's got to look out for Miggy Rose on the outside. Teeing him up. Looking to send him out. Nope.
It's yet again.
Ducks under.
He did not, in fact, have him that time.
Oh!
Gnarly impact for the national champion.
Out of nowhere. Heat Seeker and a moonsault. This man has got his thrusters up to 10. 4-5 forearm.
Moon could win this thing. Best Pals to retain.
He got come on!
No!
How good would it have been for the Best Pals in their first title defense to get it that way, with Moon doing it on his own?
Well, Moon certainly looked close to doing just that, but this is a pivotal moment for both teams. Rose is down. Devine is down. This is essentially a one-on-one situation for champion and challenger here, as Moon has something in mind for Silvera.
I mean, this is dangerous, though. Can you imagine if Moon picks up the pin against Draven? He might even be able to challenge for the national championship.
Let's look for Moon's landing and said, oh, nope. Code red evaded. Looking for the, teardrop suplex into a kip-up.
7 years away from the gain. Can you believe it?
Pull it saving it in the nick of time.
No.
A bad landing on the neck.
Yeah, no water in the pool here, and that may be exactly what 2X need to become tag team champions once again.
Yeah, talk about vultures picking at the carcass. Go to sleep. Into the ropes for the disaster kick.
They've won match after match with that winning combo.
That
Cover.
might be all she wrote.
No!
Daniel Moon understood the stakes. He's tried so hard, whether it be with Danny Devine, just like Brendan trying to attain these titles. He knows just how much it means to not only him, but his Best Pal in the corner. He couldn't let it end there.
What a main event here tonight, Mansfield.
Absolutely, as Miggy Rose now looking to get that submission in deep. He wants Daniel Moon to quit.
Yeah, but Brendan Devine back up on the apron, reaching towards his partner, fingertips away from his Best Pal.
Oh, so close and yet so far.
Multiple strikes to the back of the head. Oh, trying to take out Brendan yet again.
Crack of that back elbow rang throughout the MPW arena. Now Miggy Rose again looking to continue to go after the arm. We know he looks to set up that climax, that finisher.
Yeah, but it was not the climax of the match, at least not yet. Moon able to escape. The damage may have been done to that arm. You see him favoring it here, guys.
Big boot to Brendan, and now cannonball senton from Moon.
Brendan giving of course Miggy his just desserts as he's trying to follow up.
Page out of the Divine's playbook once again.
Oh! Draven Silvera in the nick of time saves it for 2X, who, if he wasn't there in time, it could have been it.
There once again, despite the divergent philosophies as of late, you see the tag team experience of former tag team champions 2X.
Again, Draven Silvera sent out of Dodge by the Ace, who wants nothing but to get his hands on Miggy Rose, who's been making his life a living hell since the bell started. Potentially looking for another suplex.
No, hold on. Small package.
Could have it won. Oh. Almost stole it there, I mean.
Surely could be anybody's game still here for this main event. And look at no Brendan's reeling though after that kick. Oh, codebreaker.
Double stomp.
Oh! We got new tag team champions. No!
What?
There's a reason we call him the Ace, ladies and gentlemen. Talk about that gas tank.
Castle, I gotta ask. I mean, what else can you do at this point?
Well, I believe if Draven Silvera is heard correctly, it's going to be a third disaster kick from Miggy Rose, perhaps punctuated by the go to sleep, but Brendan Devine saw it coming.
Oh no! Sent Draven into Miggy.
Too much time communicating.
They maybe called their shot a little too early.
Timing is everything here for a tag team match, especially with gold on the line now.
Draven Silvera now fighting this at a 1-on-2 approach.
Essentially a handicap match for the national champion. Things aren't looking good.
I could imagine you trying to go for that whisper in the wind, but it cost him there.
Yeah, that slip on the second rope was too much for him. Got him caught up. As the best
Notre Dame.
Talk about stuck between a rock and a hard place as he follows it up with a monstrous power bomb into Moon's salt. Knees to the face.
Just nasty.
No! Guys, they might fight all the way to the Royal Royale. This one might last 7 days.
I don't know how Draven Silvera was able to kick out this deep in a match with that much onslaught.
We gotta love that, of course. Best pals using that energy of the audience to keep their momentum going. But Draven Silvera understood the stakes. Like I said, gentlemen, him losing this match can not only cost him the chance of the gold, but also potentially now either of these men could be #1 contender for a championship title.
Oh, hold on, Miggy Rose with the save here.
Looking for best pals forever.
Big boot from Draven now, but look. Exchange of blows between Brendan and Draven.
Duking it out in the middle of the ring in your main event.
Aces meets hearts. Right hands. Oh, the forearm nearly takes his brain out.
Yeah, that's going to crack your jaw.
Aces wins every time, but not if the national champion has his say.
Good back elbow from Brendan Devine. But now a tag from Miggy Rose.
I'm not sure if Brendan even realized it here, Mansfield.
Yeah, I think they might potentially believe he's still a legal man, but no.
Now Brendan gonna really have to fight on his back foot. Oh, clothesline to Miggy. But he's got to turn his sights on Draven.
Got a position.
Believer Buster.
Not over yet, though.
Climax.
Oh!
Miggy Rose has ended many matches with that climax.
Of course, Brendan, not the legal man, though.
Yeah, that's right. It's all Moon.
These four laying it all on the line here in our main event. Mansfield, I mean, this is what MPW is all about.
And we wish you were here in 19801 Nordhoff Place, but if you're tuning in as well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again, and be sure to watch back every single Friday here for MPW.
We have had quite the card on store here for MPW's Uncaged. 1 week removed, of course, from the Royal Royale happening May 22nd. And again, your main event has been nothing short but revolutionary. These two teams showing you why tag team excellence is what we care about here at MPW. Again, first title defense for the Best Pals, and it has been quite the workout between them and 2X.
Already confirmed for next week, the Royal Royale itself. Danny Devine versus Eddie Rohr for a spot in the Royal Royale, and Diego Valens defending the MPW Championship against Jordan Cruz. But right now, it's all about tag team gold.
Great dexterity there by Daniel Moon.
Yeah, looking for that moonsault.
Oh!
No!
Gonna go for a second time there, my friend.
Miggy doing his homework, able to roll out of the way and now get the tag to Draven Silvera.
Oh, now go for a patented 2X assisted pile driver, but no! Brendan Devine could see it coming from a mile away.
And not a moment too soon.
Oh! Moon's landing, but again, Draven Silvera is the legal man.
Moon driver there for sure.
Ooh. Again, they went to the well one too many times. This match has gone on for so long, I should say, that Silvera able to see it coming and able to send Devine outside the ring.
What a knee from Silvera, looking to follow it up with a super kick to the midsection into the code red.
Land some cover, new champion.
Oh! So close to Draven double belts.
Guys, what the hell is it gonna take?
At this point, most ordinary men would be sent to the hospital at this point. Most wrestlers would want to call it quits. This is the champion difference here, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, speaking of championship difference, Miggy throwing the national title to Draven Silvera.
Oh, Draven, not like this, man. Come on.
It's like a devil tempting Christ right now.
Not like this. Miggy Rose.
Is temptation enough to change the tide for Draven Silvera?
But that's not how you won that title. You know that, Draven. You know that.
No, not gonna do it that way.
His way or the highway, but it might have cost him.
Bruno.
You could hear Miggy screaming, thinking he just lost that match.
Thought he cost it for him. Instead, now Draven called for Miggy.
Oh! And Draven doesn't realize it. St. Clair doesn't realize it.
Courtney.
That's it. He's laid out.
Talk about a knockout shot.
No!
Make a believer out of you right now. Brennan Devine is saving this championship match.
We got an all-timer here tonight. One for the history books, gentlemen.
All in the name of tag team wrestling for your MPW Tag Team Championships. Draven Silvera throwing Brendan Devine out, now tagging in Miggy again. I think they're looking for that assisted pile driver.
Yeah, but guys, things are falling apart quickly. Miggy is mad.
He's frustrated. He's turning red. My God. Pile driver position, but no, Brendan holding on to the leg of Draven to save his partner.
Last-ditch effort from Brendan Devine. Moon now.
Oh, God.
Both men send out, but that was a bad landing for Moon.
Air Silvera!
Whisper in the wind!
Talk about first-class tickets in the flight zone, gentlemen.
They don't call him the unbreakable heart for nothing.
Throwing his body to the wind, telling Miggy to get up, but caught in the middle.
Trying to make calls there to his mentor, and it just costing him at this point. Miggy doesn't know where he is right now.
Hit him with best pals for life.
They smell blood in the water.
Oh no! Again, best friends forever. As now Moon saves it for them. First title defense in the books.
Here are your winners, and still MPW Tag Team Champions, the Best Pals.
The epitome of a communication breakdown. My God. Truly, it could have been anyone's game there, but you saw there, gentlemen, what miscommunication can cost you.
Incredible performance here tonight from both of these teams. The Best Pals proving they have never been more on the same page here at MPW. But from where I stand, the story here tonight, Draven Silvera, in trying to help his tag team partner, fed him to the wolves, ultimately cost him 2X tag team gold.
Reunited, and it feels so good, and now reigning and defending tag team champions in the Best Pals. And what a first title defense for this tag team. I mean, what a main event and card straight down the middle. Again, it all goes down next week. Royal Royale, as we know, May 22nd. We already know that opening match will be Danny Devine versus Eddie Roar, with only one opportunity left for that Royal Royale. Of course, the MPW Heavyweight Championship on the line. Whoa. It'll be Diego Valens taking on Jordan Cruz.
Oh God.
And of course, the Royal Royale itself. Well, whether 2X is getting on the same page or the best friends are winning their titles, I have been Chase Mansfield. He has been Jordan Castle alongside Ariel Amin. We want to thank you for tuning in to MPW's Uncaged. Again, next week, May 22nd, Royal Royale. We'll see you there.